Is Mbappe gonna break Ronaldo's record, all-time goal scorer record?
Doubling it at this point.
Double and pass it on. England did pretty well in their group.
Yeah.
They're in the same group,
They're gonna do pretty well in the Euros, I think.
and so are Italy.
Are they?
Yeah, semifinals at least.
Semi-final.
Yeah, why not?
Semifinals. Did I stutter?
Who's beating any of those freaking Gibraltars and stuff?
What?
Who's
Okay, but
beating
if you were to make
Gibraltars and stuff?
if you were to make a World XI of South American versus
We
Europe,
talked
Europe
about
would
this
win.
in South America to win.
Speaking of a double-edged sword, a fallen knight, if you will, a soldier on his last legs.
Oh my
reality.
The Brazilian national team.
God.
Messi was choking
Yeah.
an Uruguay player,
Ugarte.
by the neck. No red card.
The football season is back in full swing, and there's no better way to catch all the action here in Canada than on Fubo TV. Whether it's Premier League, Serie A, and Ligue 1, all the matches are right on Fubo TV. And thanks to our friends, we got a code just for y'all. Head over to the link in our bio, sign up, and you'll be blessed with an exclusive 40% off your first month at Fubo TV. And it's not only the football. Tons of TV shows, tons of channels, movies, whatever you want, they got it. So head over to our link, sign up now, and let's get back into the action.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a very special episode of the Footy Culture Podcast. And why is this special, you may ask? It's bloody international break. It smells like Christmas. Best time of the year. International football is the top tier football. And that means storylines. And it's storylines for days. And what better way to get started than with Italy scraping through qualification to finally end up qualifying for Euro 2024. Give him a little clap, guys. Give him a little clap,
A
guys.
little pity clap.
I thought Chris J was gonna say it's special because we're all in the booth today.
We're all in the booth, baby.
That too, guys. Everyone is in attendance. And so are Italy today. Maybe not really, because they got a draw against the Ukraine. So let me ask this question. Is Italy back?
Not yet. No, I think Spalletti is gonna definitely bring them back to a top level team like they were a couple years ago when they won the cup. But it's gonna take some time. The players that they have are not there yet. But I think they can have players to get there. I know we talk about
waffling.
how like we don't like international players coming to our country. But if Italy could grab a player like Sule,
Come on.
wow.
Crazy.
You guys talking about scraping up players
What
from
a
other
front
nations,
three that
man.
would be.
That would never be.
Couldn't be my nation.
couldn't be my nation.
Kamaka,
nation.
Sule,
I
and
find that.
Chiesa.
I find that.
Wow.
I find like if my team would do that, like so, like I don't know. Not
Isn't your
disrespectful,
goalie
like-
Colombian?
Yep.
Is he Colombian? Alright. We're a third
Got
nation.
him.
We're a third nation country though.
Third nation country.
Third world country though. So
All right, go.
we need whatever we can get.
Okay, but look, I've been watching Italy long enough, my whole life, essentially. And I've seen them up, I've seen them down. But for me, it's the same old story with Italia. They scrape through these qualifiers, and then come tournament time, they somehow find a way to put it together. Will this be the case? Do you see them dominating Euro 2024?
Dominating, that's a big word
Yeah.
for the Euro Cup. I don't think they're gonna be dominating, but I could definitely see them being a contender in this Euro.
Contender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are they contending with?
All the other teams, man.
Germany,
England.
Spain, England, all the big boys.
A
Yeah.
lot of teams, man.
Man.
I don't know if they could contend.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Do they have the talent?
Yeah.
Did they have the talent last time?
More so than this time, I think.
You
no?
think?
Well,
It's pretty similar.
Your best player of the tournament last year was Chiesa. Now he's not in the form that he is.
Nah, he is.
Chiesa's
Not Euros.
Chiesa's been scoring
Dude,
every game.
Chiesa wasn't in that good form until the Euro run.
No, he was in pretty good form before.
Not really, dude.
Yeah,
No one talked about Chiesa until he scored that goal
He was
against Spain.
probably in
Come on.
worse form than he was right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now, be going into, but he was still in decent form.
Yeah, but he's better now.
Yeah.
More experienced, you'd
He's
say.
literally scoring every game. Besides today, obviously, but no one scored.
Yeah. But Ukraine are a good team.
Yeah, I guess.
You guys are chatting like Ukraine's not good.
Come on, man. Like you're talking about Italy, four-time World Cup winners.
Yeah.
Scraping by with a draw against Ukraine and then calling Ukraine a
Yeah,
Well,
but
they qualified.
What are
Ukraine
they then?
Ukraine is also always playing with like another 500,000 people behind their back, bro.
Dude, Ukraine are good.
Also in war.
These guys are fighting a war.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like those
They're
guys
not playing in their home country.
Those guys are playing with their heart out.
Yeah, dude, Ukraine are good. They gave England tough games too, and you guys all suck off England bare. No?
England did pretty well in their group.
Yeah.
They're in the same group,
They're gonna do pretty well in the Euros, I think.
and so are Italy.
Are they?
Yeah, semifinals at least.
Semi-final.
Yeah, why not?
Semifinals. Did I stutter?
The current crop of talent.
Yeah, why not?
It's a whole year.
Dude, you have a good gaffer, and you have a good group of players, and you probably have. I would probably say second best midfield in the tournament.
What about the rest of the pitch?
What about the rest of the pitch? Dude,
Well, going forward.
defense always solid. Donnarumma
No,
turns up,
Defense gonna be the only problem going into this tournament.
and then forwards. Maybe you have a little bit of an issue at
Who's their
striker.
striker?
No,
But I think
Skamaka, he's been playing great.
I think Raspadori
No, it's gonna be Skamaka.
will be a good option as kind of a false nine.
No, it's gonna be Skamaka going into the Euro.
But dude, if you have Chiesa and then you on the other wing, you can take your pick. You have Politano, you have Berardi, who's been in good form this year too.
Yeah, for Sassuolo. What about for Italy?
He always does all
Dude,
right.
you never know. You never know. Tournaments are different. Like you can look at club form all you want, and then come tournament, it can be completely different. You can't really base it off club form.
Yeah, because we see for Italy, Chiellini and Bonucci were just mid. Like Bonucci was really declining at that point,
Yeah,
and then you see him in the Euro. Him and Chiellini were the best center back duo in the Euro Cup.
turned up.
Okay, but you were saying they don't have the talent now, but they could get some talent. Besides Sule, who else? Who else can they call up?
I don't even think it's about call ups. I think it's just more so players that they already have existing, just finding better form
Performing.
and performing well.
Yeah, I do think that. I was just saying Sule because that's one position we need is the right winger. So like Berardi's good, but we could get better. If we could get someone like Sule, who's been one of the best players in the Serie A this year, and they've been trying. Spalletti already came out and said that he's trying to get him onto this Italian squad.
He's Argentinian?
He's Argentinian.
Not cap tied yet?
No,
You think Argentina are not going to push that?
I think they called him up.
If
a
they
couple
came up,
times already.
They didn't call him up,
No,
No,
yeah,
they
not
didn't
this
call
one, but they called him up once before.
but he's never been capped.
Yeah, he's never been capped.
hey.
So,
So at the end of the day, if you want to play with Messi or want to play with who else?
or does he want to win?
Win the World Cup? Or the previous
win
just
what?
won the World Cup?
Win
Or
what?
win
Win
what?
what?
Win what?
Would he rather win a Euro or is he gonna would rather win a Copa America?
With Messi and that team that just won the World Cup?
He's not gonna play though.
Is he born in Argentina?
He comes into his Italy squad probably as a starter.
Didn't they say that about Retegui? Where'd he go?
Yeah, but Ategi never really had a chance to play for Argentina.
Yeah, but he was also older too. Sule is still quite young.
Yeah, so
Who does he play
20.
for?
Right now he's on you. He's Juventus
how-
player,
how-
but he's
how old
playing
is he?
for
Heard of this guy.
Sule?
what the heck is he
Mattias
on?
Sule. He's on loan at
He's on
Frosinone
Frosinone, yeah.
And how old is he?
with the rest of the
20.
with the rest of the football
20
manager
years
wonder
old.
kids.
So he's going to think play with Italy now, or I can maybe get into this Argentina team that looks like it's going to be
He probably
Good
won't be
for a
playing
long
with
time.
Messi.
Yeah,
but still, you're going to be with
But
Messi,
after Messi,
learning from Messi.
after Messi, who do Argentina really have in the crop other than Alvarez?
Garnacho.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good spot for him to play. He
But
could find money.
Uruguayan, no?
Garnacho's
Argentine?
He's
Pilastri's
Argentine.
Uruguayan.
Gentlemen, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
I don't want to be talking about recruiting players at the international
no.
level. This isn't FIFA manager mode.
You guys think they're scouts, man.
Like,
No, I was talking about one
this
position.
is international soccer.
Mm.
You roll with what you got. There's no recruiting players from other nations,
What about recruiting
especially
athletes?
someone who isn't your nation.
Like a D1 school.
It might be.
And they're just doing some
Like,
recruiting.
You might as well give out scholarships to Michigan at this point. Like,
Bro, Italy are sending their scouts to Brazil, Argentina. Where else, man?
Bro,
Where
everywhere,
else?
man.
Where else?
Good.
Aren't yours too? You guys have to go recruit from Italy to get a manager, no?
One guy.
Oh.
That's a lot bigger.
You
than
only-
a
one
player.
guy
Top
for it.
versus bottom of the barrel. We'll
What's the
figure that
difference?
out.
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
You just
Best of the best, or
you're complaining about
We-
scouting, but then you're talking
We've
about
gone over
scouting.
this. We've gone over this many times before. But my question now is: do you see a good Euro from Italy with this team?
Yeah.
Me?
And with the rest of the European teams? Honestly, what teams have convinced you? I know Germany didn't really have to fight for anything, but has their friendlies been really convincing?
Not really. They're playing Kai Havertz left back.
I think didn't they lose against Turkey recently as well?
Yeah, the other day.
The only teams that really convinced me, but again, it's also like
Yo, these.
look at the composition. The competition. France just beating their team 14-0. Portugal have another record as well. Was it 9-0, 10-0?
That group was
know what I mean?
Portugal's group was weak though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what teams convinced you this Euro qualifier?
I think no matter what, you can't really base anything too much off qualifiers, especially with the big teams, because at the end of the day, the big teams more than likely, if they're qualifying through, their groups are generally a little bit weaker. You're not going to have really a stacked group. Really, if you look across, really it's only Italy and England that had that kind of two big teams in one group. The other groups, more or less, there wasn't anything too crazy going on.
But that's Europe for you.
Yeah, it's not like South America where the qualification is a little bit more intensive because you have
One group.
one group only, right? If Europe was all in one group, it would be insane too, right? But it just with the way the continents are laid out, it's just not possible. There's too many
Quality in
teams.
Europe in South America is better anyways too.
No, it's because there's too many teams.
Nah.
There's more teams, dude.
Or
What are you gonna do?
racial-wise?
I mean,
Peru's beating
racial-wise.
any of those freaking Gibraltars and stuff.
What?
Peru's
Okay, but
beating
if you were to
Gibraltar
make
and stuff.
if you were to make a World XI of South American versus
We
Europe,
talked
Europe
about
would
this
win.
in South America to win.
No, they won't.
Yes, they would.
Yeah, they would.
It would be a good game. It would be a good
It'd be
game.
Brazil, it'd be Brazil and Argentina.
Brazil sucks.
Wow.
Nah.
Okay, let's not get there, man.
Yeah, chill.
Get a little,
We'll talk about that later.
getting a little emotional right now.
Sure,
Gentlemen, look, I've been doubting Italy enough all my life, and it means everything to me. I really enjoy doing it. But
Mm.
I don't think you do.
they do find a way to come up at, especially these Euro tournaments. So I do see an inspiring run from it. I do think it's possible. I don't think it's out of the picture.
Never.
And I
is.
do think they're favorites up there with France.
I don't know,
France?
favorites. Favorites is kind of crazy.
Favorites might be crazy. I might be waffling there, but France are definitely the top favorites.
Yeah.
Recently, coming off a French record 14-0 win versus Gibraltar, where Mbappe in the process became third all-time top scorer with a hat-trick. Look, there's been a lot of discourse about the result. How do you guys feel about them smashing the team 14-0? Do you think it's too much? Do you think, whatever, who cares? Score as many as you want. What's your guys' thoughts on that debacle?
Is that not kind of disrespectful, man?
Yeah,
Come on.
I agree.
At some point, you gotta just put it back to first gear and just relax, cruise a bit, enjoy the game, bring on all your subs on. I'm sure they did that.
They dude, literally it was what? How many different goal scores were in that game? I swear,
I
other
know, it
than
was almost
Mbappe,
everyone
everyone else scored a goal, right?
A young
So-
guy from PSG scored a goal, and, then
and
he
they
got
were,
injured after.
and I think Gibraltar were a man down too,
Yes, I think there was a
They
red
were,
card.
yeah.
right? So I think it's always gonna be tough.
I mean, at the end of the day, the whole point is to score. And if you have the ball, you're gonna be you want to be attacking. So
If anything,
if
it's
it
more
comes to a
it's more
goal-
disrespectful if they just sat back and started passing around the back.
No.
It is. That is more disrespectful.
So pass
dude.
around the ball for 80 minutes of the game or
That's so
score
much-
14-0. Which one are you taking as a club?
To what? To be disrespected by?
The thing is,
I'll take 14.
the thing is, you at that point, do you still go guns blazing because you don't want to get players injured? You're winning 14-0. That one player got injured, the PSG young guy. He scored a goal, they got injured.
Emery, yeah.
It's
Yeah. But he got injured early on. I think at
Yeah.
that point the score was only 1 or 2-0. After that, I'm sure they were playing a little bit more relaxed. But when there's a quality difference like that and you're a man up, inevitably you're going to find yourself in chances to score, and you're going to score. You're not going to just intentionally blast the ball wide or intentionally pass the ball to the keeper, because if anything, that's more disrespectful. Imagine you're a professional. You find someone that goes one-on-one with you, and then he just passes you the ball.
Fair.
That's more disrespectful.
Do you guys think there should be a 10 goal mercy? The game, the game just the game just ends if you get 10 goals.
No, bro. Why?
Bro, that's so much disrespectful.
Bro,
Bro,
it'd be okay. France were
at that
up,
point, the player should be asking the ref just end the game.
okay, France were up what 7-0 at halftime.
That's why.
It's even worse if after half they're just playing the ball around the back.
Yeah.
No.
That looks even worse.
No.
Yeah.
I would say at that halftime, put on all the young guns.
Every
Let them get
single
their
one.
debuts.
Yeah, but you got what's the limit? Five
You only have
subs?
so many
Yeah.
subs.
You can only do so many subs.
Yeah, but
Make them all.
And the thing is too, apparently Deschamps at halftime was like, the record for Moscow scored for
course.
10 goals. Let's see if we could beat our record. That's what happened. They went for the
I
record,
mean,
they beat it.
you could tell Deschamps is kind of a demon that way. But no, I could see the disrespect standpoint. I could see the non-disrespect standpoint. But one thing I didn't like when Mbappe scored his hat-trick goal, the chip,
He celebrated.
the Sally was like he won the World Cup final.
It was a nice goal to be
Yeah,
fair.
but he was like
Okay,
the Sally
how
was
are you celebrating?
crazy. No,
At
but
what point-
it was not. It was like 9-0 at that
Okay,
point.
come on, man. At that point, what's wrong with you? What are you
But
doing?
you're at that point you're embarrassing your opposition.
and yourself. You're embarrassing yourself by doing that.
Bro,
Come on,
Mbappe's
man.
just desperate at that point. He knows no one's watching Liga, and this is like his one chance to make himself look
Who's
big.
this
Like,
Mbappe
notice
guy?
him.
I need
Low-key.
Madrid to buy me, especially when I score a hat trick against Gibraltar.
But no,
Yeah.
that is kind of crazy to celebrate like that after what 9-0. But it was a nice goal, but still, like look at who you're playing and what the score is.
Yeah, read the room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
like
I can see
it's a
Ronaldo
massacre.
celebrating.
No, not like that, man.
Yeah.
It was a nice
He
goal, to
got
be
mad
fair.
when Bruno scored the goal and he didn't cross to him. Did you guys see that?
No.
Reaction? Bro, looks like this.
Yeah.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't
Ronaldo
know.
gets mad at everything though.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? He's competitive.
So Zimbabwe, I guess.
Yeah, it's a nice goal. He scored a hat trick. He said tied for what in France all-time goal score? Third.
He surpassed his teammate Antoine Griezmann.
Oh,
So he's third now
Yeah.
in all-time
dude.
scoring.
Yes.
Griezmann didn't even score that game, which is crazy.
Another thing I don't like is why is Mbappe captain and not Griezmann?
Yeah, we're talking about this too.
It's because again, at the end of the day, Mbappe is the face of France.
Yeah.
He's the
for
future.
right now and in the future.
And he's a club
present,
owner.
So at this
future.
point, like,
That too.
yeah, he's a brat, but like, he's the biggest name. It's like Ronaldo. You might as well give him the bad now.
Is that a like modern day thing or like
It's definitely a modern day thing because it feels me. I'm going to the person that has been there the longest. Kind of has that respect, and that's Griezmann
leadership.
because like
and leadership at the end of the day too.
Bro, like
Giroud. Giroud's been there pretty long too.
Giroud doesn't even start.
No,
sometimes.
Giroud's not really a captain though. He's never been a captain on any of his teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mbappe really captain though?
No, he's not.
No, but
We
the
don't
the thing is,
maybe he does talk a lot, but I think at the end of the day, you gotta also be respectful in the players that have been there longer than you.
most caps and whatnot.
And I think Griezmann deserves it.
But that comes
100%.
down to the manager, right?
Yeah.
It definitely comes out to the manager. You can give it to the newest, the guy who plays one
You
game.
think the manager they made the decision, or you think it wasn't like the
It was
president?
French football.
No,
Yeah.
it was the fucking. There was the
100%.
president of the freaking of
And that
France.
too.
Was that
Football is
bro?
like no, it's Mbappe.
But I mean, I also wouldn't be surprised if Mbappe also has one of the most caps in the team. Because if you think about it now, this French team versus the French teams of, let's say, 08
It's pretty new.
and 2016, it's a totally different team. A lot of those players that were there and mainstays before weren't necessarily there before. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mbappe has more caps than pretty much all those guys, except for maybe a Giroud, except for Griezmann, maybe Coman. But everyone else, like if you're looking at the back line up, it's all fresh faces. Like, so I mean, they're looking at Mbappe as a senior figure in this French team because he probably has more caps than a lot of them, right?
He still acts like a young brat though. That's
He's
why.
young. He's a youth, obviously, but
He's not that young anymore.
Almost 25, bro.
Almost 25. Yeah, he's 24 right now.
He's,
so I don't
he's old
think
enough
so exactly
now.
24, 25. What's wrong with him having the band?
Give it to Griezmann, bro. We all want Griezmann to have it.
Maybe he didn't want it.
I don't see Griezmann as a captain, to be honest, either.
Who do you see as their captain then?
I don't
Lloris
see,
is not
they
there.
don't really have a captain on that team.
I see
Mignon?
Mbappe as more of a captain than Griezmann.
Yeah, I see Mbappe more as a
I
captain, but
don't.
I don't really see like a standout captain on that France team yet.
It's because you don't have that older presence either.
Yeah, besides Giroud, that's about
the
it.
main
Yeah.
thing as well.
But he's not a captain.
I mean, Griezmann's pretty old. He's 30s.
Yeah, he's 30, but
Yeah.
like he still like acts like he's 24 with his.
With his
Fortnite
Like, he
celebration.
just-
Dyed hair,
Dyed hair, he doesn't-
celebration.
nah, you can't dyed hair is like whatever.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
Griezmann's like that type of person have free.
You shouldn't be
spirit in
talking
their
about
bio,
dyed
bro.
hair. Your Brazilians dye their hair every freaking international break.
Okay.
Different color.
What kind of
That's true, too.
what kind of argument is that?
Okay, no, it's dyed hair.
No, I mean
His
Yeah, yeah.
Fortnite dances, he does all these things that he does. He's not like a captain that's gonna lead your
So what, he can't celebrate?
No, but like, it's
We're just talking about Mbappe
No, you're
running
not.
down the line after scoring a hat trick and then
I
celebrating.
never
like
said
crazy.
Mbappe should be a captain either. So I don't see.
Well,
a
it
captain
shouldn't
on
be
this
collecting
team.
cards.
Well,
or,
dude,
so who
dude.
should be captain?
So they-
No one on this
someone's
front
got
so
someone's
you
got
want
to be a
your captain to
captain.
wear like a sweater vest, like,
Yeah.
Dude,
like
someone has
hair
to be the
slicked
captain.
back.
Griezmann's like one of those shorties on IG that have free spirit in their bio that you just don't take seriously.
Oh my days.
That's crazy.
Nah, Griezmann's a baller and he plays his part. But I think if you're looking at that France team, after the World Cup, who carried in that World Cup final? It was Mbappe. And what do you want your captain to do? Step up in the big games and kind of lead the rest of the team.
Which
if
he
you-
does.
If you're looking at that France team, who's the biggest big game player in that team? It's Mbappe. So why not have him as your captain and lead by example?
Yeah, but I'm looking at the history of Les Bleus,
Yeah.
and Deschamps was captain when Zidane was in the team.
So who are you making captain of the France team if it's not Mbappe?
Griezmann. Griezmann is embodying, like, I could tell Griezmann is Deschamps' first name on the team sheet
Yeah.
because he sees himself in him, even though Griezmann's a little higher up the pitch. But that's how I know it's French
Football.
football making the decision.
Yeah. Also, I think back then it was always like, maybe it wasn't the best player on the team, but it was always the guy that had the most heart. Like we say, like what Puyol or someone like that, like
Most
Deschamps, someone who had more grit. But I think nowadays just like they just pick whoever's the best player on their team.
More IG
Messi,
followers.
Portugal, or Ronaldo. Poland,
You gave the two
Lewandowski.
examples of the
Dude,
worst.
Poland,
Those are the leaders of
Lewandowski.
the team.
Yeah.
Neymar. It's almost always the best player that's on the team that is the captain, and that's just, I guess, how it is nowadays. There's also kind of politics in that. Like you want your best player to be the captain. You know what I mean? So I think that's nowadays more than
I guess maybe it's a mix of everything. Like, I don't know. Those guys are also that you named. They're also pretty much one of the most experienced players on the team. All those guys you mentioned. So obviously they're going to be captain. Like, who are you going to put, like, just for fun? Like, you're going to make Bruno the captain?
yeah. So
For
he is
what?
for Man U.
Yeah, but he's not a good captain.
Not deserved.
Come on, dude.
I saw this sick stat about Mbappe. So Mbappe already has 300 career goals now by the age of 24 and 333 days. So basically 25. So for comparison, Cristiano had scored 158 goals by that same age. So 158 versus 300. Mbappe and CR.
Is Mbappe gonna break Ronaldo's record, all-time goal scorer record?
Doubling it at this point.
Double and pass it on.
But will this league will these league goals count towards his record? Because
Hey,
no,
man,
I know they are, but no.
If Pelé's counting
Yes,
backyard
can you
goals,
just listen? I don't know why everyone has to thought when I'm trying to explain something. Relax.
like Chris talks every time.
Holy
Because you're a Juve fan, we don't want to hear your voice.
There you go.
Okay, like these, I was gonna say, like these Pele goals, how he just like it's not a top 5 league anymore. He's still scoring this league. Should those count as a prem goal?
They're still goals.
I didn't mean as a prem goal,
Like
dude.
if they're not as hard to score, he can score hat trick a week in Liga.
So
What's the
you're
difference?
saying goals should have weight?
They
like
should.
if it's a World Cup final, it should be like plus 10.
Yeah,
Should count as two.
Multiplier on the goal.
it actually
Yeah.
should. Like low key.
So what's the negative multiplier for playing in Liga?
What's
It's like a 0.9 maybe.
That's
No,
crazy.
the multiplier does exist.
It does exist.
When they give out the award for European Golden Boot,
Oh.
That's
there's
how
a
they get it.
multiplier for
as there
each
should be.
Yeah.
league.
But I mean,
And naturally, the League One goals
Yeah.
add up a little less
Yeah,
than
as
like
it should.
Prem goals, right?
Yeah. So there you go. Oh,
yeah,
That
but
does make
Ronaldo
sense.
scored goals in Portugal before he went to United.
I-
So you're not counting those goals?
I'm not
He probably
saying.
scored 1 or 2.
What about those goals against Gibraltar? What are those worth? 0.2?
No, they should
Yeah,
be worth that
0.2.
much.
So then he probably already broke the record,
Who?
Mbappe. If you get rid of all the Luxembourg and Gibraltar goals,
And they go. Then Mbappe has like 0 goals.
nah, Champions League, France.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, he has maybe 70 goals.
There you
But
go.
guys, speaking of experience at a young age, similar to Kylian Mbappe, the injury bug has waved across Europe.
Don't remind me.
And it's almost a pandemic, if you think about it. Injuries have hit young Gavier
Javier.
in the ACL.
Who?
Out for the whole season.
Oh, God, I didn't know that.
He
Out for the whole
tore his
season?
ACL.
Oh,
He's out for the whole season.
I did not know that.
Shit.
I did not know that.
He is missing Euro 2024.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Already, it's confirmed. Look, guys, what I'm trying to say with this is, are the footballers today playing too much football?
100%.
Come on, man.
These guys are treated like machines. Like you had guys like Pedri like a year or two ago playing 70 games in a season as a 19, 18-year-old? Crazy. Same thing with Gavi now. Maybe not as many games, maybe similar, but still, man, these players or these coaches are rinsing these players for their games and their play time, man. It's too much. Like Spain were already qualified. There was no need to start Gavi. And apparently, like according to fitness tests, it was showing that like he wasn't at like peak fitness. So there was no reason to start him. Again, it was a non-contact injury, but still, like there's no reason to be playing him so many games.
You shouldn't be playing these players in that predicament or in that in that area that they can get injured. Yeah, like you said, he's already passed. Like he's already in it. So why play him any longer? Like imagine if Mbappe got injured during Gibraltar. Like how much worse would that have been for France football in general? Like France, all these France fans would be like, why are you even playing him?
Yeah, it'd been
Like why is
crazy
he playing?
outside.
It's 14-0 and you're playing him the whole game. Like no, these are big players that are getting injured, and now like you
A
saw
lot of
even
players.
Haaland getting injured.
Haaland got injured. Kamavinga got
Camavinga
injured.
got injured.
Yeah.
Vinny
Kamavinga's
Jr.'s
out.
injured.
Vinny-
Yeah. It's like everyone's getting injured. Like surprisingly when they go into international, and like it's even crazier for South Americans because at
The
end of
competition's
day,
all
the
week in,
competition's
week out.
very strong. Fields aren't always the best in those smaller teams.
Always fighting.
There's always fighting, and at the end of the day, bro,
And it's
if
competitive.
you're Peru and you're facing Brazil and you see Vinny, you're trying to crack his legs. I'm sorry, you're trying to crack their legs because you just know the magnitude of player he is, and you know any player like that just has that in their head. Like, I just want to destroy him. So you're putting these players in these predicaments. Do like clubs now have the power to hold them out and not send them to international? Because at the end of the day, they kind of, it's business standpoint. They
pay
own
their
the player.
players. They pay.
They don't have to send them out.
Yeah, but the player wants to go.
I know, but I'm just
That's the
saying.
thing too.
That's the. I know. At the end of the day, it's a hard question to ask. But bro, if you know Brazil or Spain are already through, and Barca's gonna be like, you know what, we don't want to send Gavi to this game. Can you not play him? Can you not play him so he can rest the freaking game? But no, they go play. So that's like, can teams have a say in that?
Probably not. But at the end of the day, I think like you need to have I would say like if you're like a club that's sending a lot of players on international duty, especially for like one concentrated team, you need to have like a good relationship with that national team coach and work with them. I think like I know when Germany was playing a friendly in the US, they played like on a Wednesday night and Dortmund had a game on Friday. And then Dortmund literally spoke to Nagelsmann, and Nagelsmann's like, yeah, like I know, the fixtures don't exactly line up well. So he's like, I'll play the Dortmund players in the first game, and in the second game, none of them played. Right, to make sure they're there, sure, but they're not going to be playing on a Wednesday night, getting on a flight back to Germany, and then arriving there Thursday, then playing Friday a full 90 again.
But in that situation,
you need to have that relationship with the gaffer.
In that situation, obviously, they're lucky that they were playing a friendly, which doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
if you're playing a high stake game where they need to be playing,
But if they're already through,
but let's say like in South America, like David mentioned, like every game is pretty much important. You saw Brazil losing to Colombia, right? Like Vinny was taken off early in that game. Like they got to play these games. Every single game is important.
Yeah.
Up until the last game of the week, the fixture. I think almost every qualifier, like it's up to the last game. Whoever makes it through to like fourth, fifth. Now that we have more spots actually in South America, but even then, man, some of these smaller teams still go out and play, and you just don't know. You just don't know.
yeah, but like if you're in a situation where the team's already through, then I think there needs to be some maybe some more
100%.
reasoning now, especially that we're seeing all these injuries. Like there has to be some better man management. Like you have enough players to field a good roster still. Like you don't need to be putting these 18, 19-year-olds out there. Like I saw Gavi's already played like 87 full 90s in his career.
I don't
at a high
agree
level.
with everything you guys are saying.
Let us know.
Because when you go to a national team, this is the time to build your players' chemistry for the Euro Cup. So these big name players have to be playing in every game. This is not on the national team teams. This is on the club teams. And Barca is one of the worst teams at this. They play these young players that have so much potential every single game. And what's that going to do? Run them to the ground.
That's true.
Don't you try to win every game?
No, but
That's the whole point
you
of
have
playing?
you have to know how to raise a young kid through the ranks. I mean, not through the ranks, through his years. If you don't do
Yeah,
that,
that's true.
you're going to lose him by the age of 25,
That's
and he's
true.
going to be
Yeah.
nothing.
That Barca does that a lot. It's true.
Yeah.
They play a lot of their
It-
academy players, and they're fortunate enough they're able to get some players on the free. But as of late, and I know that's their whole like bread and butter. That's their Bible. Play from the academy. But man, nowadays, and especially I don't know how humans are built today, it feels like we're really fragile and brittle at one point. At some point, but it's true. Like Barca is like.
It's not the national team's problem. It's they're there to build their team for the big trophy that they're trying to win.
Yeah.
And if let's say I'm the Italian coach, I'm playing my best team that I want to play in this Euro Cup every single game because I want them to have the chemistry going to this.
For sure. I feel like it's important every single week to every single international break to get those players out there because
You only have so many games.
you don't have okay, let's say sure in Europe you have a smaller competition where let's say La Liga you can face last place, rest some players. You have a big game midweek that you can rest some players on the weekend, right?
Yeah.
But South America, for example, like you got to play every single week in, week out. You can't really have like these makeup games. There's not that many training sessions. You can get the teams together. Like every single game is kind of like an important fixture to get all the starting 11 on their A game because Euros is next year, right?
Yeah.
Game 1, you got to be ready to go.
Ready to go.
It's not a season. You can't wait until maybe the third week where
And you
your team
don't
is
have
kinda
like
building up.
a full training camp or something like that before it starts. So I agree with you, Spatty. I think
I agree with Spatty, no, for sure.
at the end of the day, like
He's not. At the end of the day, he's not wrong.
yeah.
100%. You want your players to play with.
I
the
think it's
players.
about
They don't
finding a
play much.
balance.
But who's more at blame here? Is it the clubs or the national team?
But at the end of the day, no, I don't think. How is Barca, for example, Barca? How can Barca be blamed as well? Because we're riddled with injuries. We have to play these players more games.
You're playing them before your injuries.
What do you mean we're playing them before?
Gavi
injuries?
and Pedri play every single game with or without injuries.
Starters
Not
play every
now.
game?
Not 19-year-olds. I guarantee
What
you
if they're good
could go.
enough?
You could go to Bayern. You could go to.
Those are our starters.
You
What
could
do you
go
want
to
us to play?
Juventus. You could go to City. They rotate. No, Alvarez. You see Foden not really play every game. You see all their young players.
That's
They
City, though.
slowly get their players into.
These are teams. You're talking about teams that have like very deep bench
You have a deep bench.
of young players.
Okay,
Are
so
you-
why
are
can't you
you all-
rotate? Why can't you rotate your?
Where are you rotating young players with young players? Exactly.
No, you don't. Though.
yeah, but if you're
no,
rotating
man,
them,
just
Gavi
no
plays
players.
every single game he's fit.
No, he's not.
Yes, he does.
No, he's not.
Yes,
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, for the most part.
for the most part. But yeah, because
well-
also we've been injured. De Jong just recently came back.
Yeah,
That's-
but now you're
that's
seeing
their
players
excuse.
like that other kid
Sorry,
who
excuses,
scored
they're
who
injured.
scored those 2 goals in Champions League. I forgot his name. The
Fermin
midfielder.
Lopez.
Oh, Fedman?
Like he should maybe get some more minutes, but
he does.
Well, now that Gavi's injured.
Well, now that he's injured, but now rather than having playing a 2-50-50,
Yeah.
you're literally running guy down till he's at 0%.
And now
no
this
value
guy's gonna
left.
get ran into the
And
ground too.
now-
Yeah.
But
It's true.
then look what happens. Yeah, you play Fermin Lopez, you play Gavi. Then we lose that game, and then what happens? The fans go and the public, everyone, the news. Why didn't he play Gavi? Why isn't Gavi playing?
So-
why isn't this happening? Why isn't that happening? Well,
Get
with
a
the
new
rest of the
manager.
players, no.
Build
Get
a
a
better
manager.
build a
If
better
you're-
squad.
Get a new manager.
If this Barca team can't compete for the title with the team they have with rotation, it's the manager's fault.
This is one of the hardest La Ligas
No,
in a while.
Stop.
This season is one of the hardest La Liga seasons.
You can rotate players in this in the Liga.
That makes no sense.
Easily,
Dude, every team
You can
rotates
rotate players
players.
in La Liga easily.
Madrid rotates their team.
Yeah, Madrid have depth.
you have more
We have
depth
just as much.
than Barca.
We have young depth. Doesn't mean they're good. They're
Dude,
that
before
good.
the season, we were talking about how Barca has one of the best squads in Europe.
Yeah. No comments.
I wasn't
They
saying
do.
that.
I think they do.
Yeah,
I
when
think
healthy.
they're,
I
they're
think
always
this,
riddled with injuries. Exactly.
I think this
always
whole-
riddled
every
with
team
I think
injuries.
this whole issue is like
Not
a-
with like
Every
Barca.
team does.
Not like Barca.
Or, man, United have bare injuries too. A lot of our starters.
A lot of teams. do.
Every
A lot
team
of
has
teams
injuries,
do.
man.
I think this whole thing's a bit of a double-edged sword because you want
It
your
is.
youth players to play because in order to get better, you need to play minutes.
Yeah,
Youth
for
players
sure.
need to play minutes.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't want to play them too much because they get burned out, right?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a double-edged sword in that way, right?
It's to find the balance, I think, of, making sure the player's getting experience, but also making sure you're protecting them for the long run, right?
Well,
even
end of the day, males in general, we don't fully reach our full maturity until we're 21, 22.
Yeah.
These guys are young, 19 years old. Their bodies are still not fully developed.
And
Yeah.
they're getting
You're gonna
beat
get
up.
injured. You get one injury, you're gonna get injured again. Like you're growing, but you're still like not fit to
then
play.
Fatigue goes into place, as we were saying, and that's where you see those non-contact injuries that could ruin a player's career. And this knee injury can potentially ruin Gavi's career. You could come back not the same player.
Because Gavi does play where he's not always linear. He always moves a lot.
Yeah.
He's always on his toes, on his knees. A lot of movement where he's kind of always breaking cuts and angles and stuff.
You could also think about it like this, though. Like, at the end of the day, if I'm, for example, Barcelona Gavi, if I'm Xavi, I don't care what happens for an international. I'm the coach. I'm a club coach for Barcelona. I need him to play my Barca games. I don't care if he plays for Spain. That has nothing to do with me. As a coach, need to perform, and I need my players to perform. I'm gonna let him play. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna let him play this game because he might play for Spain. I need to win, or I'm sacked as well. So it affects everyone.
You got to
So
also think about this.
he doesn't have to think about Spain
No,
international.
you got to think about this as well. Is Xavi coming into this Barca team thinking that he's going to be here for years and years?
Probably.
Well, of course, yeah.
Okay,
most
so
coaches do.
why is he running Gavi to the ground if he thinks he's going to be here for years and years? Does he not want his best players to be playing their best games like for years?
Longevity.
Or does he want him just for the one
came, he played
season?
a lot.
Yeah, man, that's messy.
You're talking about the best of all time. Like, don't compare Gavi to
Gavi's
Messi.
a generational midfielder.
No, he's okay.
Yeah, he
sure.
is.
He's
So
good.
what are you saying? Should players nowadays looking to get in their own personal kind of like health team to be like, you know what, he's had enough. He can't be playing anymore. He's not fit to play. Rather than like the club having their own medical team, the national team having their own medical team, and saying no, you're good. Like end of the day, players kind of really have their own. They know whether they're good or not to play.
Yeah.
And if they played it not or enough. But at the end of the day, like as footballers, you always want to play the football you can get
Yeah.
as much as you can get.
I think the only person you can really blame, there's no one else to blame, but I think FIFA, because of all the games they're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the
okay,
end of the day,
that's the main.
We all can come back to that. It all comes back to that. There's too many games for them to be playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way too many.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the club wants them to play as many games. The international, you want them to play every game. It's just unfortunate that there's so many games.
But it's not even necessarily FIFA to blame. Like, it's also the clubs. Like, if I'm looking at Barca, why are they scheduling all these
Don't remind me.
random friendlies against teams in Japan? And
They
they're
need money.
yeah,
bro.
so exactly. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to the greed of the club. The club needs money. So why are you going in December and flying to Texas to play Cruz Azul in a friendly
Copa America.
It's
or whatever?
It's what you
Either
call-
way, you know what I'm talking
it's
about.
what you call a cyclone.
yeah.
There's so many things spinning.
Yeah.
Spinning. But look, speaking of a double-edged sword, a fallen knight, if you will, a soldier on his last legs,
Oh my
Gabriel.
gosh.
the Brazilian national team.
God, I thought you were talking about a player.
Fellas, there's been some discourse in the past few weeks Brazil lost to Colombia past week.
Crazy.
2-1 result. And a lot of the discourse is the Brazilian back line is the worst in Brazil's 125-year history.
Wow.
It's dark times for Brazil. Colombia got their first win against Brazil in World Cup qualifying history.
Damn.
Not to mention, Brazil will face Argentina on Tuesday. If you're watching this, it may have happened already.
Not looking good.
And if they beat Brazil, it's at the Maracanã. It'll be Brazil's first loss at home in World Cup qualifying.
Let's
Damn.
make it happen.
So
Vamos,
Brazil
Argentina.
Brazil
Wow.
are setting all these records for other teams. So look, is this one of the most shocking Brazil sides you guys have seen?
Maybe not sides. I think there's definitely talent in the team, but I think it's a transitional period to be honest. Like with Brazil, I think you're seeing that kind of generation where you had Thiago Silva at the back, and you always had that kind of consistent backline. You had someone like Dani Alves, you had Thiago Silva, you had Marquinhos, who was a young stud at the time, and you had someone like Marcelo as well, who can go in and that was like players that could play. But now the back line is like a whole lot of mid.
It is.
The rest of the team, whatever. It's not bad. Brazil's never had a striker. You've always had Neymar and someone else up top. The midfield's always been okay, but the back line now, it's a whole lot of mid. Marquinhos has fallen off ever since the World Cup, where he basically knocked Brazil out of the tournament. He's fallen off hard for both Brazil and PSG. And then other than that, like for me, I think Bremer needs to be playing more. I think he's Brazil's best center back. Gabriel,
Militao is one fit.
yeah, Militao as well. But I would say Militao and Bremer, I think, are probably on the same level. Bremer is a fantastic center back. But I don't know. Fullbacks, I think, are a problem as well. Like I don't really know who you're starting
Lodi
there.
and Emerson starting.
Yeah.
That's a problem
One
right
of
there.
them
Yeah.
dances all day and Lodi's.
I mean,
Yeah.
Fullbacks are a joke.
their right starters are Danilo and Alexandro, so that's not crazy. That's not much better.
Yeah. It's bad. I used to have Marcelo and Dani Alves, man.
So you could have 3 Juve players in that back line.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Danilo's not. He's not that good of a right back, but center back, he's class, man. Come on.
Wow.
Yes.
Center back, I don't know. One thing is though, like you're saying, like these old Brazilian teams, I used to know every player on the team before even reading the lineup or even the subs. Like I used to know everyone. Nowadays, like I'm looking at this team, even the subs, like who are these guys? Like there's a lot of players from Brazil, but you can tell the quality has dropped a lot, like a lot. He's picking. I think he's picked a lot of Brazilian players from like the Brazilian league more than any ever. Your gaffer.
The gaffer is from the Brazilian league. He's played Trinity.
No, but I'm saying back then it's like you knew all these high talented players. Even like a player like Luis Gustavo, I knew who he was. Now you don't know anyone. Like I don't know anyone of these players.
Maybe you just don't know ball, bro.
I don't know.
They-
Or maybe they're just not good.
They've
Yeah.
had a bad team like this before, though.
Bro, I think 2014,
Yeah.
the squad was a lot worse, to be honest.
You think so?
Bro, you had man like Fred, Joe, Hulk.
Yo, they were
Attacking
class. They were
options, bro.
class on their
It
time.
was literally
bro.
just Neymar in the attack. And then at the back, it was just Thiago Silva.
No, the squad was nice on paper.
Yeah, David
Chill.
Luiz
Yeah,
too.
it was nice on paper.
What do you mean,
The
bro?
squad wasn't good.
David Luiz.
No.
David Luiz was world class at the
I
time.
wouldn't say world class.
Your
At
back
the
line
time
then
he
is better than it
was.
was than
Who
it
was
is
the
now.
back line was a lot better.
Gustavo?
You had to finish Michael.
Was it Ramirez?
You
No.
had Marcelo, who never performed well for the national team.
Fair. No,
And
on
then-
paper it was nice.
But who in midfield? Luis Gustavo, Oscar.
Paulinho was nice.
Paulinho was the only.
I won't take Paulinho disrespect. He was nice
No,
for
I-
You
Brazil.
think Paulinho wouldn't go into the midfield right now?
Yeah.
Like a 2014 Paulinho? Yeah.
Yeah.
Luis
I think
I think all
Gustavo
those
probably
players
would
go into
too.
this team right now.
No.
Yeah.
Your
Attacking
team looks
options,
horrible
no
right
chance.
now.
Attacking, no, but Gustavo I think would start as a 6 for Brazil.
Nah.
You have no six.
Nah.
Who's your 6?
Andre.
Who? He plays in Brazil.
Plays for Flu.
Oh my gosh, bro! I don't even know who that is.
Oh, come on, Gustavo at that time was starting for Bayern Munich, was he not?
Might have been on Wolfsburg at that time.
Either way, you're playing in a top team. Wolfsburg at that time were class too. That was when they had to.
Fluminense are a top team. They won the Libertadores.
Come on, dude.
Let's be real, man.
Dude, that Wolfsburg team was playing in Champions League with De Bruyne,
This
dude.
guy's trying to bring Brazil League back, bro. Relax.
I know the Brazil league is talented, but like I think there's a level difference between the Brazilian league and the top European league
You
still.
can't comment on a player you haven't seen play.
No, I'm not saying he's not good, but I'm saying like
how
if
many years has he been there?
21?
and he's young too. Like it's
21, 22. If you're Brazilian and you're a great talent, you should be playing in
should be
top
in
five.
Neymar left Brazil at 21.
no,
But he was recognized way before.
Diamond in the
I know a lot of teams are after him today. I've seen it like in the media.
Yeah,
a lot of teams are after him, but if you're looking at him now versus Gustavo then, like Gustavo was a player that was in his like prime. He already played a lot of big games, a lot of big moments, and sometimes, especially in qualifiers, those tough, gritty games, sometimes a 21-year-old hasn't been in that situation before. No. So, they're going to have a little bit more nerves. Maybe they're not going to have their best game. Or if you have that player who's more seasoned and has that experience, they're going to have a more level-headed performance, which in the 6 is what you need sometimes.
What changes are you seeing with Ancelotti in the squad, with the team that he has today?
Well, there's some news now. Ancelotti might not even come.
Yeah.
Actually,
No.
Yeah.
They lost the game against Colombia. Ancelotti's like,
Yeah.
Are you
not
serious?
good enough.
It's not confirmed.
Not good enough.
No.
Apparently might
way.
Resign.
his contract.
Yeah.
No way. Are you kidding me?
No,
Oh my god.
that's just rumors at the end of the day.
That was your like bread and butter right there, man.
Man, trust in Diniz, bro. He's been
Trust in
here-
who?
What?
Wow, you switched up.
This guy's got a freaking
You switched hard. Yo,
I
you're
switched hard.
you're the
You did
worst
switch hard.
football fan ever, man.
this guy's got a freaking sign that says bring Brazil back again. Like bro.
Why did it go?
You did not want Deniz. You wanted Ancelotti.
Okay, but he's here now, so trust in him until
No, it's
someone else comes.
the
If it
worst.
happens.
Yo.
But do you think the results he's been giving are up to scratch?
They played 3 games under him. How long does it take for a manager to implement his ideas in a team?
This is
You think it takes
this is
3
international
games?
football, man.
but yeah, you're
International
Brazil,
football, you
though,
don't have
man.
you
You're
don't
the
have a
guy
lot
who
of
always
time.
says
Yep.
keep it 100.
Yeah,
right?
The thing is too, Rodrigo did an interview where they're saying Diniz told us exactly what to do, and the reason we didn't do what he told us to do, they conceded, which was not marking Colombia on the crosses
Mm-hmm.
and those back post headers. And that's how they conceded.
Whatever Rodrigo does in interviews, I don't take seriously because the day he rubbed his legs against R9, then they lose the game after. But
That's all I'm saying, man.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, it's not always down to the gaffer, but I mean, like of what you've seen so far, like, do you think he has the ability to instill like a proper play style and
From what I've seen with his flu side and
Mhm.
him getting those players, which are not all Brazil quality, to
Yeah.
play that the way they play,
yeah,
he could get Brazil to play like that. Amazing.
yeah.
All he needs is time. It's been what, 3 games? That's nothing.
So you're saying he's the one for the Copa America
Right
next
now,
year?
Okay, my question is now. Let's just say they lose to Argentina.
They probably will. I'm calling it right now. They're probably gonna lose like 2-0.
So what if they don't
Aren't
finish
they not
like
in
second?
bad?
Yeah.
Isn't that not like what position would it be in?
last qualifiers, they came in first place. They didn't lose a single game. No,
I think they're what, 4th or 5th right now,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
In
they
qualifying.
didn't lose a single game last
At
year.
the end of the day, like we all know a Brazil team that come on, let's be real, they're probably the best in South America. They always finish first. Brazil's put at a standard where they're expected to win every game.
Okay.
For them to lose 1, 2, 3 games is very much enough for a coach to leave because Brazil, like we said, win everything most of the times. 1, 2, 3 games is a lot, I believe. In
It is, but that
losses.
doesn't mean anything.
So-
Qualifiers doesn't mean much.
so-
We're talking about Italy.
Yeah.
That's Italy, though.
Scrape
no?
by and then they win the Euro. Same
Yeah.
thing happened in 2002, I believe. They barely
Scraped by.
qualified for the World Cup.
When's the
Ended up
last time
winning it.
Brazil won Copa America?
Fake World Cup.
2019. It's not that long ago.
All right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, just as recent as Italy.
Yeah.
Right?
So if they lose against Argentina and then say they lose against the team after that, like, when are you calling it quits with this manager? Are you just still like up for the hope now?
I don't think you can sack him after an Argentina loss, given the situation. I
but-
think it's tough.
Oh, hard.
If Matt is ready for Ancelotti, but now he's saying that he's okay, he's gonna ride on with your guys. It's like, okay, what are you at now? What do you see
Give
the?
him some time.
But
many
there's no
games would you give
there
him?
is no time for international football, dude. That's the thing.
Well,
Guess-
then they're not just gonna hire another manager like that.
I had a feeling that what team they're gonna face, and it's Ecuador.
After
They're
Argentina,
gonna
Oh.
face Ecuador. I had a feeling they're definitely
Home or
face
away?
Ecuador. Oh, home. So Brazil face Ecuador, then they face Paraguay away, Chile away, Peru at home.
Light.
So
but they got Copa America after this, no?
No.
After Argentina, when's Copa America?
Copa
Copa America's in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when do they face Ecuador?
Because these are World Cup qualifiers.
Probably
Yeah,
what,
these are
like
World Cup
January or
qualifiers.
something?
Oh no, it's January.
There's a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
But I think
Somewhere in January.
I don't know, but I think between now and the Copa America, I don't think you have many games. Like, I think there's maybe only one international break in the new year, maybe 2. So you maybe have 2 or maybe 4 games before the next major tournament. So I think if you're going to make a decision on who the coach is going to be, you almost have to make it like now or
Yeah.
soon.
There's no point in sacking a manager after
Right.
this next game or the next 2 games.
So
and
when
then
would
trusting in that manager then
Ancelotti would have came
After the season.
after the
Halfway through the
So-
Copa America, no?
I mean,
Yeah, I think like right in between Copa America.
It's kind of
yeah, he would have came for like the second game or something.
Which is weird. Like, I think
So yeah, end of the day, like, this is your only option.
Yeah,
I think you got to ride with this guy for at least this Copa America and see. Because I think you're going into this Copa America, you're not the favorites. going into Copa America.
Brazil's always favorites. Man.
No, man.
They're not favorites going into this Copa America, and I think because of that, it's a good situation for him to be in because he can really implement his game and his style without having to worry too much. He still obviously has high expectations, but not the expectations of winning it. I think you're better off going in as a new gaffer as a number 2, and then if you upset Argentina, then wow, look at this guy, right?
Is that a wow though? It's Brazil. What do you mean wow?
Yeah, it is. It is. Because Argentina are going in, I think, Copa America as favorites.
Like
Clear
Brazil,
favorites, I think, Argentina.
Brazil to beats Argentina is like, wow, we beat Argentina? Or is like, that's what we do?
Yeah, it happens.
Dude, given the last, like... Dude,
No,
it would be.
It's what we do.
That's what I'm saying. It's
what
what
we
Brazil
do.
does. So I don't know.
Didn't they lose in the last Copa America?
Yeah, but like,
I'm not. But you guys are saying like, wow, we beat Argentina. Like,
Yeah.
that's like
It's
that's
not
like.
it's a crazy feat.
But that's like Ecuador beating Argentina. We should be saying wow.
Yeah.
You guys should be saying wow. This should be something natural.
Well,
for
no,
you
but
guys.
if we're saying
a fight
this
between that two.
Brazil team is one of the worst we've seen in recent times, and then this gaffer comes in relatively inexperienced. He comes into Copa America now without many games under his belt, then beats Argentina
Yeah.
and wins
I don't
it.
think any
That's a
Brazilian-
wow.
No,
That's a
I'm
wow.
sorry.
That's a wow in my
For
books.
sure,
I
because
don't think any Brazilian should think that.
it's like making a blind bet. Like you just see the name. Okay, obviously on paper, maybe you think Brazil. Obviously,
Yeah.
for sure for the name. But if you see, then the team has bare injuries. There's no one playing, and Argentina has been their best side.
Brazil is still Brazil.
No, man, no.
Nah, dude, you can't just say
Brazil's
that,
can't
dude.
just say that.
You
You
literally
can't
can't
just
say
I'll make a
that.
prophecy right now. Hold this.
Prophecy's crazy, brother. No one's gonna hear you.
He's
dude.
gonna see the jersey, Messi.
No way.
Oh my god,
Oh, I was gonna say.
All I gotta say, bro.
that's a nice kit.
All I gotta say. 20 years ago, 2004, Copa America final, Brazil versus Argentina.
Oh my days.
Adriano wearing this kit, different number, scored a goal in that final, 98th minute, I believe, to take it to penalties. He scored the first penalty. Argentina missed the first 2 penalties. Brazil ended up winning. Fast forward, 2024, Endrick, some say the Adriano regen, will score in this Copa America final against Argentina and lift that trophy for Brazil.
So Brazil are
Saying
winning.
it right now.
That's an early prediction.
Saying it right now, bro.
yeah, look, I was about to say, right? Like, I'm never worried for Brazil because we have generational talents.
Take your sweater off too, because I see the yellow underneath.
Take that sweater off, brother. Come on.
What you hiding, bro?
I got a Brazil kid.
Yeah, bro. Wear it.
Put that barrel. Put that
Loud and
barrel
proud,
away,
bro.
dude.
Loud and proud,
Loud
bro.
and proud.
You didn't play for
Yeah.
Michigan, bro.
Loud and proud, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know you like that.
I got a Brazil kid on.
Yeah.
But look,
That's weird.
I'm never worried for Brazil because we have generational talents coming.
Yeah.
We have Endrick, who is a Romario regen. Never mind Adriano.
What are you doing?
He's a
Mix it,
Romario
mix it.
regen.
Fix it.
And we have Vitor Roque too, who's going to Barca. Barca boy, Madrid boy. So much talent coming up. Not to mention a guy who's better than both of them coming up.
Messinho.
Messinho.
Too early for that.
Esteval Willian.
Too early.
So Brazil, we just need a generational defender, which is like it's.
You need Bremer.
It's a hard ask.
Oh, we need a generational fullback again, bro.
Go
It's
Bremer.
a hard
Generational
ask, but
fullback.
like we have diamonds coming out in the front line because Vinny Jr. doesn't cut it for Brazil. That guy's skeef.
Bro, taking, I think.
Can't say that.
I just did.
Bro, taking.
That's
I swear him and Yamal have the same GA for the national team. Yamal is 16. He needs what?
Okay,
bro.
Man, look at the competition.
Yeah, but
Yamal
you-
scored
you-
against who?
Even then, Yamal's played 4 games for Spain.
Yamal's played
Yamal's
against
played
who?
Cyprus, bro.
He's played 4 games as a 16.
Okay.
Yeah, but like
Cyprus,
Vinny
man.
plays against like Bolivia, bro. Like
Bolivia's hacking
Yeah,
legs.
and you're playing where? In Bolivia?
not
okay,
hacking
but
Yamal-
Vinny
Yamal's
has like
legs.
25 games for Brazil and like 1 goal.
Yeah. That's tough.
Like,
That's kind of inexcusable, I think, especially if you're the one who the torch is supposed to be being passed
Like-
to.
Rodrigo,
Like
the one.
at 25 games, Neymar had like probably 15 goals at least. Like
You're not wrong, because at the end of the day, yeah, Vinny does have that kind of expectation, while Yamal doesn't have an expectation.
He has
He's just scoring.
expectations. He has expectations.
Yamal,
Yeah.
No,
He's 16.
not for Spain.
He's 16 playing for Spain.
He has an expectation to score every game.
You have
Vinny
expectations. You're
does.
16 playing
Vinny
for
has more-
Spain.
Vinny has more. He's legit the mantle of
there's
Brazil.
still pressure on Yamal.
It's pressure, dude.
Not for Spain. Not
Maybe
yet.
not as
Not
much,
yet.
but there still is a lot of
It's
pressure.
pressure, dude.
No, that kid can go a couple games without scoring. If
Yeah,
Vinny
yeah,
doesn't-
can
if
go
Vinny-
the
if Vinny
whole
doesn't
time
score,
without scoring.
if Vinny doesn't score tomorrow, then Vinny is again going to be headlined.
Oh, he's hurt now.
If Vinny doesn't score any game for Brazil, it's bad.
He's never really been a goal scorer. Like for Madrid, he's not putting up crazy
He's
goals.
putting up numbers, man. He's putting up numbers. He's
What?
putting
He
up,
had one season where he
putting
could
up numbers today too.
2 seasons. Yeah.
No, 2 seasons. I swear it was just last season that he turned up.
And the season before, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, man.
But it's because I think Vinny doesn't have that player beside him that he had, like Benzema.
Karim.
You guys have no striker, right?
Endrick now.
And
not
he,
yet.
and he played what? He came on what, 8th minute?
Yeah.
How did you guys think about him?
He just not enough. It's a couple
Nothing
minutes.
happened.
Barely
Nothing
touched.
Do you think somehow he gets to start.
No, he's not starting.
Nah,
Where do you bring him in?
he'll come on
Halftime?
like the 60th, I think.
Give him more time.
Yeah, he'll get more
Yeah.
time. He won't start. He'll come on like 60th. That's my guess.
I would start him.
I think you start off strong.
Pressure
You
makes
start him.
diamonds.
Dude, it's like
Pressure makes
it's like
diamonds.
it's like a bird. Doesn't the mom just like toss the kid off the freaking tree?
You're saying
Yeah.
like Yamal. Yamal like plays a lot of games and he starts a lot of games.
Okay, but Yamal is not being pitted to start against like France.
Yeah.
I think he would.
Yeah, but we
I
just
think he
we
would.
just talked about why they shouldn't be doing this. So let's not do this now with Brazil too. We just
But
finished
what's the
talking about
matter?
this.
The national team should.
What's a better stage than Andy coming
100%.
on against Argentina?
He's gonna
World
come
Cup
on.
champs, Messi.
I'll
He
be there
comes
no
in,
matter what if
like,
it happens.
Imagine he starts though.
He's gonna come on and play, but I would say like you're better off bringing him on in 60 minutes against some more tired legs. Because if you're starting him, he's gonna have to do a lot of gritty work. Like Argentina are gonna have their foot on the ball for a good portion of the game. He's gonna have to be pressing the defenders, running around, getting tired out.
against that defense.
Yeah, so those are aggressive guys. Someone like Otamendi, Romero, like those guys are aggressive. They're gonna come at you hard. I think you're better off putting him on 60 minutes, whatever the result is,
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
and letting him
"Who's
play.
this? Wanna be
Letting him
Pele?"
play. If he starts, those guys are gonna rough him up, which obviously I think he needs a little bit. You have to get
He's
used
a
to
strong
it.
guy, though,
He's just
man.
he's a
built
bull.
like
He's a bull.
dog.
Yeah,
He's a
like
unit.
Roberto Carlos.
But throw him on 60 minutes, give him 30, 35 minutes of run, and then see where it goes.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But look, speaking of tenacious, speaking of rough, speaking of Argentine, Uruguay got a big W against
Crazy.
Argentina. And in the process, Messi was choking an Uruguay player, Ugarte, by the neck. No red card. You guys cool with that?
All I needed left. No. All I needed left was for Messi to do was to pick him up and just Batista bomb him or something. Man.
Choke
Like,
slam.
Yeah. That was crazy. And nowadays, we're like we say, everything is on camera. Every single thing you do, you could pick your boogers on the game when the ball's all the way on the other side, and they'll know. He full on grabs the guy by the neck, and that's
He
crazy.
lost airspace.
That
for a
guy's
little bit.
protected, man.
You see what he said to
I don't care.
Paul?
Oh my
It's
god.
like you're Messi's sucker.
Anyway, this.
I would have done the same thing.
I mean, he's
Is he
not-
wrong, though?
It's fact.
I'm glad someone finally said it.
Someone had to say it.
We all thought it. We've all thought it, and finally someone said it.
DePaul had nothing to say too.
Yeah.
No, he was quiet.
He was quiet. It's not what you could say in that situation.
At least I got gold in my mouth. Who do you got?
That's true. That's facts.
But no, like going back to Messi, like I don't know if I'm sure you guys agree. That's a red card.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that alone
And like
shows you
four game suspension.
that alone shows you that he's like protected, like crazy.
Good.
I mean good.
Good.
Good what?
Protect them.
For what?
Why?
Oh yeah, protect him and not Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's protected
He
too.
would have got a red card.
If Ronaldo did this, he was getting a red card.
They're both protected.
No, they're not. Ronaldo's hated, bro.
They're both
Ronaldo's
protected.
the end. What do you mean Ronaldo's protected? Are you okay?
They're both protected.
Okay, this guy's just
No,
talking
Ronaldo's
shit.
not protected.
Ronaldo's
He could
protected
touch
too.
the guy and he's getting a red card.
Ronaldo's done
Not
far
true.
less for red cards.
Yeah.
But they're both protected.
No, they're not.
They
Ronaldo's
are.
not protected. Ronaldo's the enemy of football.
He's not the enemy of football,
He
dude. You're
is.
being so
Everyone hates him.
you're being so dramatic
being
right
dramatic.
now. I'm not being dramatic.
Protect him.
I'm just saying it's good.
What is he, your girl?
Nah,
This guy's DePaul over here.
nah.
I know we had a
Protect,
DePaul in this
protect him.
podcast.
Do you not
Protect
want to see him
over here.
play? Protect him.
The James,
Holy,
bro.
Yeah.
What else you got in your mouth, buddy? Jeez, dude.
But nah, it's crazy.
Protect him.
Messi could choke someone. Meanwhile, Lewandowski in a La Liga game goes like this and gets a 3-game
That's what
suspension.
I'm saying.
What's that
We've
for?
seen players get a lot harder
for?
for less.
Why?
Because he was mad at a ref's decision.
Yeah.
You have players now
like
getting red
crying?
card. You have players now getting cards because they tell the ref to give him a yellow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then this guy fully ungrabs the neck and he doesn't get a red card.
Yeah.
No card at all. Like what the
Good.
Is he the most protected player? Like
100%.
Yeah,
most
100%.
protected player.
The star
of all
player
time.
is always protected, dude. Look at the NBA.
No,
They're always protected, dude. If Messi's not playing, what are the viewership numbers going to be like?
I don't care.
They do.
This is football.
Is that
They
fair?
do. They care,
It
dude.
shouldn't be.
Is that fair?
No, it's not fair, but it's what happens. You got to deal with it.
You're Brad.
How am
He's
I a
a brat,
brat,
bro.
How am I a brat?
I know we had a Brad in our freaking pod.
Yeah, you
Oh
did.
no, we knew we had a.
We
Brad.
have like 4. We're all brats.
We have like 6.
There's 6 brats here.
5, 6.
There's 6 brats here. let's
I'm
be
not a
honest.
brat. I'm a Canadian Youth International.
Oh my
What do you mean, bro? We,
days.
went,
Next to a Brad.
we both went to Michigan, bro. Let's go.
Go blue.
Let's go.
Full scholarship,
That
guys.
store was crazy. Eh?
Full
Yeah.
No, I got a full
Full
scholarship.
Scully, bro. What do you mean?
They
bro?
ran a rack
Was it
at the
4
fan
years,
store.
So
bro?
look, we're all in agreement that Messi should have got a red card.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're also in a bit of an agreement that Messi is protected,
Yes.
loved,
Where's it going?
almost written for, like a script.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we
Look,
go.
gentlemen, it was announced today that the Copa America 2024 final, Miami, Florida.
Wow.
Anything for Messi.
In the new
Miami,
stadium, baby.
Hard
Anything
Rock
for
Stadium,
Leo.
Let's
NFL
go.
Stadium.
Hard Rock,
Wow.
Who would have
Wow.
guessed it?
baby. Well, where else you
Who
gonna?
would have guessed it?
Where else? Where else?
Like, bro.
Where else you gonna play?
No, bro, you could play in Dallas, bro. Cowboy Stadium.
Dallas. No.
Cowboy Stadium is huge. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Easily.
Nah.
Massive stadium.
There's
It's
lots
probably
of
bigger
there's lots of stadiums that
You
can
could
be played
play
in
South
SoFi, LA.
Why not South
Yeah.
America?
Atlanta.
No, the Copa America's in the U.S.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Atlanta had.
You could play in New Jersey,
Yeah.
the Mercedes.
MetLife Stadium.
But where would you want to play?
Me? Okay, me. Like me personally.
Okay,
I'll get mine.
Atlanta. That stadium's so nice.
The opening games in Atlanta.
bro, you cannot bring it to Atlanta, bro. These players are not gonna be playing.
Wait, what do you?
You'll be knocking up these girls,
Oh
bro.
my God. Relax.
Strip clubs, bro.
Dude.
Relax.
Dude,
But
you
no.
know you're gonna want to play in Miami.
Okay, me, yes.
So
But like, there's better institutions.
you
There's
think?
better footballing stadiums.
Well, Copa America,
There's
Probably
a lot of Mexicans in Dallas.
80% of the players playing are probably Spanish speaking, if not more.
More.
And I'm sure, between Florida, Miami, maybe LA, like those are maybe Dallas, those are probably your top 3
Yeah.
Spanish speaking countries in the US.
You
You're
got
obviously
Dominicans in New York.
Countries.
Dude, Dominicans,
Dominicans, Puerto Ricans.
Dominicans, they're playing baseball. They're playing baseball. They're
They're
playing
playing
baseball.
baseball in Florida.
Nah, but
This
is
they're not playing
baseball.
soccer,
This is
dude.
football.
The Dominicans aren't playing soccer. They don't care.
No. Texas is soccer country.
Yeah, I agree that Texas probably would have been a good option too, but I don't hate Miami. I don't have a problem with it.
They could have tossed it in San Fran too, Levi Stadium.
No,
For
but
what?
Oh yeah.
For what?
At the end of the day, like we all knew it was gonna be Miami. It's just it just finally came to light that it's actually Miami.
Yeah.
Flourishing.
But does this also tell you that is it going to be scripted for him now, for him to make the final?
Oh,
How many
my
penalties did you see,
days.
bro?
That's what I'm saying. Is it going to be scripted?
Oh
for
my
Messi
days.
to
The
win?
the narrative's already starting.
If,
I'm just saying. I'm
Problem.
just saying.
if Paredes shoots the ball at one of the team's benches and doesn't get sent off for that, then I'll say it's scripted.
If Messi
sure.
starts choking players out left, right, and center,
Is Paredes even gonna play? He shouldn't be.
No, probably not. But
If Messi starts talking smack about the referees in the post-match conference, is he gonna get suspended for that?
give me the
Come on.
bubble. Give me the
Bobo.
bubble. I know.
No, look, it's a great location. I just thought it was funny. That,
No,
like,
I think it's funny
It is
too.
suspicious.
Yeah.
It is suspicious.
And you know what? It's good because it gives people the narrative to talk, and people are going to talk about it more, bringing more hype to the game, bringing more hype to the tournament, which is good for football.
Always.
I like it.
I will take note of it.
Yeah.
And make sure to follow us because we will be at that finals.
Yeah.
Yep,
We're
guys.
saying
David
now.
will be in attendance pitch side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Playing.
If it's Brazil versus Argentina, I might have to be there, bro.
You're gonna
Yeah,
see, you're gonna see us. You're gonna
Hey,
see
yo.
us
Hey,
interviewing Messi after.
you committed to that on camera.
Alhamdulillah, I'll be there.
Don't forget, you committed to that on camera. I'll be in the VAR room. Check me out.
Open out Messi, eh?
Yeah.
I will be delivering the Uber Eats to the bar.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Thank
Someone's
you,
got to
sir.
do it.
Spies
you,
will be
sir.
the ref.
I'll probably be in one of the washrooms around there.
Spies will be the referee.
Yeah.
But guys,
Football.
speaking of being there, you guys were here and you made it to the end. If you're hearing this right now, so thank you. Appreciate you guys. I love international soccer. It means everything to me. By the time you guys see this, we would have been at the Canada game, taking it in, hopefully qualifying for Copa America, because it is a Copa America qualifier versus Jamaica. So
Crazy.
appreciate y'all, and like, subscribe, comment, and we the culture.
You dig?
Go eat some wings, baby.
Let's go, boys. Rip it and dip it.
Rip it and dip it, boys.
Dip it and dip it.
What are you doing? That freaking TikTok trend?
I don't know this one.
Later, boys. Ciao.
Ciao. That was good chats, man.